Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
What's going on, guys? Austin Linney here. Welcome to the Construct Your Life Rant. How's everybody doing today? I am charged up. I'm ready to go. We're going to talk about stepping stones. Stepping stones is what leads to greatness, atomic habits, daily activities. We have a tendency to judge what we think our life should look like and discredit the work that it's taken to get there from our own self, grace in our own self. There's no harsher critic in this world on ourselves than ourselves. And what you fail to understand is that the universe is setting you up for the big gift. And it hit me like a week ago. I worked in hospitality. I worked as a private equity. I've done Airbnb. I'm a coach. I sold wine. I was a road manager in a music band for a while. And sometimes those things that happen in your life or the situations that you get pulled out of or pushed around into, you don't understand the purpose. You don't see it in the moment, right? And then it hits you 2 years later or 3 years later. And everything is a stepping stone of knowledge growth, of learning, of who you are, edging out parts of yourself that don't serve you anymore, and you're removing them. And maybe you had a terrible marriage, or you had a bad couple years. But it's preparing you for something greater. And we want to discredit the journey all the time. And it truly is get married to the process, divorced from the results. And I know it's the hardest thing in the entire world. But what I want you to do is really take stock of who you are at your core and what you stand for. And if you stand for growth, and you stand for understanding, and you stand for saying yes and figuring it out later, imperfect action leads to amazing results. Then you can surrender to the process. We, as a society, have decided that everything needs to fit in a box, and it's going to look just like this. I'm going to go to high school, and I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to get a degree, and then I'm going to have the good job, and then we're going to have the house, and we're going to have the babies and the cars and the Priuses and we're going to go to the store every Sunday, and we're going to go to this. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. But the only reason why you discredit the process is because you have expectations on what it should look like. When the joy, the juice of life, the sauce, the fun of life comes from the unexpected. And I get it. I know a lot of y'all that like to plan everything. And that's you, and I appreciate that about you, and I love that, but that ain't me. And I choose to live in wonder. I choose to live in spontaneity, and it keeps it spicy. And it you never know the relationship you're gonna create at the coffee shop, or the soul you're gonna lift up. And the way that you do that is you go into the environment ready for anything. The optimist, the happy, you're smiling. Man, I'm having a great day. Are you having a great day? I'm having a great day. It's just such a blessing. It's Monday. It's feels good. We're alive. But we want to just grit through this fucking life. And we just want to swim upstream against the current instead of respecting the stepping stones of life and the stages and the levels that you have to go through to get to where you need to go. And I am just as guilty of them. But I came to the conclusion when so many bad things happen to you, the universe is trying to tell you something. And I literally surrendered. And I forgave people that I've been holding on to for 12 years, 15 years. And it just released me of that anger. It released me of the box I was putting myself in. And when you do that, right? And when you surrender to the stepping stones of life, there's so much joy and freedom because it's a process. I like the build. I don't want to get to the end of the rainbow because it might not be as sugary and golden as everybody says it is. And the reason that my road was a little rougher is so I can go down and help everybody. And it's taken me many years to understand that. Because you can play the shoulda, woulda, coulda game all day long. All day long. Well, I mean, if I would have had the money back in my 20s and I wouldn't have traveled so much, I wouldn't have drank so much, I wouldn't have done this, I should have bought that house, but I didn't buy that house. Yeah, we can do that all day long. All day long. But it's not going to get you anywhere, and now you've wasted your time worrying about shit that doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I'm imploring you, I'm asking you to respect the stepping stones and the levels of life that you're continuing to go. And this message, if it's in anybody, it's to you 20-year-olds. Slow down. Slow down. Where are you trying to go? You're trying to make $1 million before you made 100,000. You're trying to make 50,000 before you made 20,000. Slow down. Hero's journey. Create the story. It's so much sweeter. Slow down. There's nowhere to fucking get. If you made $100 million tomorrow, what's going to be so different about your fucking life? If you're not working on yourself, if you're not being better, you're still going to be miserable. Stepping stones, levels. Take a minute, take a pause, look back, have gratitude, look back on how far you come in a short amount of time, give yourself grace, and respect the stepping stones. I hope you got some value out of this, guys. Make sure you share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com.